All right, first up tonight, welcome Mary Grace Mobley playing the piano, playing Jupiter. Thank you, Mary Grace. Next up is Brock Greer, and he will be performing Murder Ballad. Brock also has a great Southern accent.
So I should probably say the history of this song just a little bit before I do this one so that you understand why I'm doing this song. So in February of 1931 in Norton, Virginia, in a square dance that they were having, my great-great-grandfather shot and killed a man named Dewey Lee over a very bad reason. He was already married, and he had started courting another girl, and this other man, Dewey Lee, was courting that same woman, and he just wanted to get rid of his competition, so he had everything arranged to kill him. Now, he only got charged with second-degree murder, but I'm from the family, so I know the real story, that it was all planned out. And the Carter family wrote a song about it because the family of Dewey Lee, his mother was so distraught, and the Carters knew her. So they decided to write a song about it, and they recorded it in 1935 along with a lot of their other famous songs from early country music. And this song's called The Fate of Dewey Lee. 'twas on one Saturday evening about the hour of 10 in a little mining town, there trouble did begin. Everybody there were drinking, there were whiskey everywhere. Dewey Lee got to thinking he had no business there. So tall and handsome, his heart's so true and brave. Joe Jenkins pulled his pistol and sent him to the grave. He took the life of Dewey when life had just began, and Dewey went to heaven while Joe went to the pen. He would not tell. We know he murdered Dewey, for Dewey's pistol fell. His mother sits now weeping. She weeps and mourns all day. She prays to meet her boy in a better world someday. Hearken to my story and what I have to say. Get right with your maker, we'll meet him again someday. The clerk said, stand up, boy, and listen to your crime. They sent him down to Richmond to serve out his time. You must outlive. Don't take the life of anyone, for life you cannot give. You may possess great riches, lay many beneath the sod, but money won't hire a lawyer when you stand before your God. Thank you.
Thank you, Brock. Next up, we have Eliana Holt, and she will be signing The Ghost of a King.
Met a ghost of a king on the road when I first fell. Fire burning to my knees I fell. Met a ghost of a king on the road. Words of fire. He said, you are a lonely soul with a heart of stone that rakes against your thirsty bones. Such a lonely soul. Said, I can show you what can save you, but we need to go where no chariot can take you, where the river There is water there that can quench your thirsty bones and make you well, make you well. So I followed the ghost of a king with every step. I tried to see beyond for a trace of the riverside, but restlessness was my prize. And then we came upon a golden shore, but the voice of fire wasn't coming from a ghost no more. My heart of stone came alive when my eyes were opened up, and I saw that I had come where no chariot can take you, where the river meets the sand. There is water that can quench your thirsty bones and make you well, make you well.
Next up, we have Eli Armitage, and he will be performing the finger breaker on the piano. Good work, Eli. Now we have Emmerich Butterfield, and he will be performing a Rachmaninoff piece on the piano. Thank you, Emmerich. Now we have the Cox brothers, who are going to be performing Argument Clinic Part 2, because Part 1 was not enough.
Good morning, sir. Have you come to schedule an appointment with us today?
Yes, I'd like to have another argument.
Why, of course. Will that be a 5-minute argument or a half hour?
Just the 5 minutes today.
Wonderful. Let's see. Excellent. Mr. Barnard should be finishing up a session now. He'll be with you shortly, sir.
Thank you.
And that, sir, is why hanging clothes is the one and only good use for clothespins.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Prove it.
It's not.
That's all, I give up.
Mr. Barnard will see you now, sir.
Good morning.
Please have a seat, sir.
Thank you.
I really must confess this is very indecent of you.
I beg your pardon.
You come strolling into my office in order to spend up my precious time, barely the crack of dawn on this contemptuously frigid day. It's practically drizzling depression outside, and you don't even have the decency in you to wish me a good morning.
But I did wish you a good morning.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
When?
Just now.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Pardon me, but will this be a 5-minute argument or the full half hour?
Oh yes, just the 5 minutes.
Excellent.
Anyway, I most certainly did wish you a good morning.
You most certainly did not.
Look, I apologize if you didn't hear me at first, so to continue in a more productive discourse, I hereby wish you a very heartfelt good morning.
No.
What?
I won't have it.
You won't have what?
You're wishing me a good morning.
You won't have it? What do you even mean you won't have it? You go on jabbering about how I didn't wish you a good morning, when I most certainly did. Now that I've once again formally wished you a good morning, you won't accept it.
I say you're really being quite rude.
Rude? How on earth am I being rude exactly?
Well, you see, you wished me a good morning, when if you will look here, it's precisely 12:01 p.m. So it really isn't very considerate of you to wish me a good morning at such a late hour.
Late hour? It's not even lunchtime yet.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
It's practically dinner time.
Dinner time? It's barely past noon.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Look here at my watch, see? 12:03 p.m. It's barely past noon.
I say, are you sure that's accurate? It's not a very fine watch you have.
Not a very fine watch. This is the finest watch I've ever owned.
No, it can't be.
Yes, it is.
It's not as good as mine.
Yes, it is. Look, do you see that? Do you see that? It's bloody gorgeous.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? What do you even mean you don't think so? How would you know that this isn't the finest watch I've ever owned?
Looks abnormal.
It looks perfectly fine.
No, it really doesn't.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It really does not.
It does too. Look, I came here for a good quality argument, not this nonsense.
No, you came here for an argument, and you've got one.
Well, this isn't a real argument.
Yes, it is.
It isn't.
I think it's been splendid.
Well, I don't. You're just contradicting everything I say.
No, I'm not.
There you go again. You just contradicted me.
No, I didn't.
You just did.
No, I don't think I did.
You did. Oh, I've had enough of this.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Well, where are you going?
I'm leaving.
Well, no, not yet. You're not.
Yes, I am. You're insufferable.
Well, thank you.
Right. You... Ah.
Same time next week, sir.
Yes, that'd be wonderful.
Excellent. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from 3 farmers and a plumber performing Isaiah chapter 6.
In the year that King Uzziah died, in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord high and lifted up on his throne. I saw the Lord. Song to, holy is the Lord Almighty. Song to, holy is the Lord. 6 winged seraphs were flying all around. 6 winged seraphs were flying all around. With covered faces calling out as they fly. I saw the Lord. Song to, holy is the Lord Almighty. Song to, holy is the Lord. Woe to me, I'm a man of unclean lips. Woe to me, I'm a man of unclean lips. I am ruined, for I have seen the Lord. I saw the Lord. Song to, holy is the Lord Almighty. Song to, holy is the Lord. Then a seraph placed a coal on my mouth. Then a seraph placed a coal on my mouth. Sin is atoned and your guilt is taken away. I saw the Lord. Song to, holy is the Lord Almighty. Song to, holy is the Lord. Whom shall I send and who will go for us? Whom shall I send and who will go for us? Then I answered, here am I, send me. Here I am, Lord. Song to, holy is the Lord Almighty. Song to, holy is the Lord.
Next up is Susanna Small, who will be performing, I think I got out of order. I apologize. Next up is Will Sullivan and Miriam Amos with Psalm 23. Thank you, guys. And now we will hear from Susanna Small with the Song of Hiawatha.
Good evening. My name is Susanna Small, and tonight I'll be reciting the introduction from the Song of Hiawatha by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Should you ask me whence these stories, whence these legends and traditions, with the odors of the forest, with the dew and damp of meadows, with the curling smoke of wigwam, with the rushing of great rivers, with their frequent repetitions and their wild reverberations, as of thunder in the mountains, I should answer, I should tell you, from the forests and the prairies, from the great lakes of the Northland, from the land of the Ojibways, from the mountains, moors, and fenlands, where the heron, the shushuga, feeds among the reeds and rushes. I repeat them as I heard them from the lips of Nawadaha, the musician, the sweet singer. Should you ask me where Nawadaha found these songs so wild and wayward, found these legends and traditions, I should answer, I should tell you, in the bird's nest of the forest, in the lodges of the beaver, in the hoofprint of the bison, in the eyrie of the eagle. All the wildfowl sang them to him. Chetawake the plover sang them. Maying the loon, the wild goose, wawa. The blue heron, the shushuga, and the grouse, the mushkadasa. If still further you should ask me, saying, who was Nawadaha? Tell us of this Nawadaha. I should answer your inquiry straightway in such words as follows. In the vale of Tawasentha, in the green and silent valley, by the pleasant watercourses, dwelt the singer Nawadaha. Round about the Indian village spread the meadows and the cornfields, and beyond them stood the forest. Stood the groves of singing pine trees, green in summer, white in winter, ever sighing, ever swaying. And the pleasant watercourses, you could trace them through the valley, by the rushing in the springtime, by the alders in the summer, by the white fog in autumn, by the black line in winter. And besides them, in the vale of Tawasentha, in the green and silent valley, there he sang of Hiawatha, sang this song of Hiawatha, sang his wondrous birth and being, how he prayed and how he fasted, how he lived and toiled and suffered, that the tribes of men might prosper, that he might advance his people. Ye who love the haunts of nature, love the sunshine of the meadow, love the shadow of the forest, love the wind among the branches, and the rain shower, and the snowstorm, and the rushing of great rivers through their palisades of pine trees. Stay and listen to this simple story, to the song of Hiawatha. Ye who love a nation's legends, love the ballads of a people that, like voices from afar off, call to us to pause and listen. Spoke in tones so plain and childlike, scarcely can the ear distinguish whether they are sung or spoken. Stay and listen to this simple story, to this song of Hiawatha. Ye whose hearts are fresh and simple, who have faith in God and nature, who believe that in all ages every human heart is human, that in even savage bosoms there are longings, yearnings, strivings for the good they comprehend not, that the feeble hands and helpless, groping blindly in the darkness, touch God's right hand in that darkness and are lifted up and strengthened. Stay and hear this simple story. Hear this song of Hiawatha. Ye who sometimes in your rambles through the green lanes of the country, where the tangled barberry bushes hang their tufts of crimson berries over stone walls gray with mosses, pause by some neglected graveyard for a while to muse and ponder on a half-effaced inscription, written with little skill or songcraft, homely phrases, each letter full of hope and yet of heartbreak, full of all the tender pathos of the here and the hereafter. Stay and read this rude inscription. Read this song of Hiawatha. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Susanna. Next up, we'll hear from Asa and Enoch Richler performing Fatal Beating.
Well now, Mr. Perkins, it was good of you to come in. I realize that you're a busy man, but I didn't think this matter could be discussed over the electric telephone.
No, Headmaster. I mean, if Tommy is in some sort of trouble, I'd like to nip it in the bud.
Well, quite frankly, Mr. Perkins, Tommy is in trouble. Recently, his behavior has left a great deal to be desired.
Oh dear.
He seems to take no interest in school life whatsoever. He refuses to muck in on the sports field, and it's been weeks since any master has received written work from him.
Dear me.
Quite frankly, Mr. Perkins, if he wasn't dead, I'd have him expelled.
Beg your pardon?
Yes, expelled. If I weren't making allowances for the fact that your son is dead, he'd be out on his ear.
Tommy's dead?
Yes. He's laying up there in the sick bay now, stiff as a board and bright green. And this is, I fear, typical of his current attitude. You see, the boy has no sense of moderation. One moment he's flying around like a paper kite, and the next moment he's completely immovable and beginning to smell.
Well, how did he die?
Was that important?
Well, yes, I think so.
Well, you see, it all has to do with the library. We've had a lot of trouble recently with boys taking out library books without library cards. Your son was caught, and I administered a beating during which he died. But you'll be glad to know that the ringleader was caught, so I don't think we'll be having any more trouble with library discipline. You see, the library card system was
Wait, I'm sorry. You beat my son to death?
Yes, so it would seem. Please, I'm not used to being interrupted. You see, the library card system...
Well, exactly what happened?
Well, apparently boys were just going into the library and taking the books.
No, during the beating.
Oh, that. One moment he was bending over, the next moment he was lying down. I mean...
Dead?
Deadish. Mr. Perkins, I find this morbid fascination of you with your son's death quite disturbing. What I'm talking about is his attitude. And quite frankly, I can see where he gets it from.
Well, it wasn't me that beat him to death.
Well, that was perfectly obvious to me from the very first day he arrived. I wondered then, as I wonder now, if he might not have turned out to have been a very different boy if you had administered a few fatal beatings early on.
Are you mad?
I'm furious. In order to accommodate the funeral, I've had to cancel afternoon school on Wednesday.
This is preposterous.
Yes, it is. Or at least, it would be, if it were true.
What?
I've been joking with you, Mr. Perkins. Pardon me, it's my strange academic sense of humor. I've been pulling your leg.
Well, thank God.
I wouldn't cancel afternoon school to bury that little brat.
Next up, we will hear a piece called Thou Art My God from Tehillah and, Tehillah and Irving Brand together with Kanan DeMusi.
Hi, I'm Tehillah Brand with my brother Irving, and Kanan is our cousin. We will be singing a song that our grandfather wrote entitled Thou Art My God. Thou art my God, I will praise thee. Thou art my God, I will exalt thee. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, and his mercy endureth forever and ever. Amen. Forever and ever. Amen. Thou art the righteous one, righteous and holy. Thou art perfection. I will adore thee. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, and his mercy endureth forever and ever. Amen. Forever and ever. Amen.
Kanan will stay at the piano and will present a piece called Song for Sienna. Thank you, Kanan. We'll now hear a piece called Put Your Records On, performed by Kaya Kozak and Irving Brand.
Hi, everyone. Just give us a minute. Three little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Baby, sometimes we got it wrong, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Don't you hesitate, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. Blue as the sky, sunburnt and lonely, sipping tea at a bar by the roadside. Don't you let those other boys fool you. Gotta love that afro hairdo. Baby, sometimes we got it wrong, but it's alright. The more they seem to change, the more you stay the same. Don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. Just more than I could say. Pity for pity's sake. Some nights kept me awake. I thought that I was stronger. When you gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer? Do what you want to. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow.
Next up, we'll have Braden Van Eyck performing a piece by Bach on the piano. Good job, Braden. Now we will hear from Connor McCroskey. He'll be reciting Doorstep.
Hello. I want to say that I'm no Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, but in the 45-second time slot I have, I'd like to recite a poem I wrote called Doorstep. Never noticed, always there. The myriad weight of footsteps I bear. I mark the start, and I mark the end, and I see each meeting of friend and friend. Some will leave, and they'll never come back, and I won't know, but I'll still bear their track. The burdens of thousands, the march of kings, the tread of the maid while she dusts and she sings, the mother zealously watching her child, and the romp of children, carefree and wild, running away, growing apart, seeking for distance to make a new start. But will you be the first of many to find that you miss the home you've left behind, and find me here waiting alone, the doorstep of memories, finally home.
We welcome Hudson Carr, who will be performing an original composition on the piano. Mary Vogel performing Hungarian Dance as a piano duet. Next piece is Stars, performed by Martin Estes.
So I'll just say two things. One thing is, if you haven't seen Les Mis, you definitely should. It's an amazing musical. I love the music from it. And the other thing is, if you think any of the lyrics are a bit odd, just know that this is not sung by the protagonist. This is sung by the antagonist, just so you know.
There, out in the darkness, a fugitive running, fallen from grace, fallen from grace. God be my witness, I never shall yield till we come face to face, till we come face to face. He knows his way in the dark, but mine is the way of the Lord. And those who follow the path of the righteous shall have their reward. And if they fall as Lucifer fell, the flame, the sword, stars in your multitudes, scarce to be counted, filling the darkness with order and light. You are the sentinels, silent and sure, keep keeping watch in the night, keeping watch in the night. You know your place in the sky, you hold your course and your aim, and each in your season returns and returns, and is always the same. And if you fall as Lucifer fell, you fall in flame. And so it has been, for so it is written on the doorway to paradise, that those who falter and those who fall must pay the price. Lord, let me find him, that I may see him safe behind bars. I will never rest till then. This I swear by the stars.
Well done, Martin. We now welcome Nathaniel Uhas and Kyle McCroskey. They will be performing a piece entitled Auf den Wasser zu singen. It's mine.
Is this thing on? Take that as a yes. Okay, cool. Alrighty. First of all, pardon my bad German. I don't know German. Hopefully I can pronounce it correctly. Schimmer der spiegelnden Wellen gleitet wie schöne der wankende Korn. Auch auf der Freude sanft schimmernden Wellen gleitet die Seele dahin wieder kann. Auch auf der Freude sanft schimmernden Wellen gleitet die Seele dahin wieder kann. Dünn von dem Himmel herab auf die Wellen tanzet das Abendrot rund um den Kahn. Tanzet das Abendrot rund um den Kahn. Über des Windfern das Westleichen Heines winket uns freundlich der Rötleichenschein. Unter den Zeigen des Östleiche Heines sesselt der Kalmus in Rötleichenschein. Unter den Zweigen des Östleichen Heines sesselt der Kalmus in Rötleichenschein. Freut
des Himmels und Ruhe des Heines atmet die Seele mehr ruhenden Schein. Atmet die Seele mehr ruhenden Schein.
Well, it's been a great night. A lot of great performers. We're blessed with having such a good night of auditions and everything like that. And so right now, we know we had our final Q&A earlier today. It was we had great speakers. We had a lot of questions. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get all of them done. But we did contact all the speakers, and they blessed us with being able to come back and do some more questions. So we're going to have a final round of questions. We got them. So let's introduce and welcome the speakers back on stage. All right, well, I'm going to get into the more modern times, use my phone for all these questions. So we're going to start with Pastor Miller. Pastor Miller, this is a great question, really good question. Pastor Miller, following up on your advice on the girl initiating a relationship, do you have any practical tips for how to go about doing this tip?
That is a tough question. Well, at a conference like this, you have an opportunity for a simple and easy method for you young ladies that are looking for men to marry. And I would not put an age requirement on this. Well, there is one. But my advice to you would be to cast your clothespins on many men. On 7 or even 8. You never know which one will come back to you. And if the Lord blesses your investment, you can have your pick of them.
Good stuff. Really good stuff.
If I may circle back to a question from yesterday. If I did own a dog, I would name it Mesopotamia.
All right, Dr. Williams. Another great question. This student was saying, I'm interested in a girl, but sadly cannot sonnet. What should I do?
That is unfortunate because, any man worth his salt can compose a decent sonnet. I actually have an example from a book that I wrote here. It's entitled Sonnets for Sots. And it just has a lot of good tips and examples. It tends to sit on the table, but hopefully this will be a good example as to what a valuable resource it could be to all you Cadmonites out there. Holy bars, a Christian courting flow. Yo, I rolled up to church in my tunic and boots, looking for a maiden with Proverbs 31 roots. She prays in tongues, I mumble in shame. She fasts for revival, I fast. I fast for the gain. What's up, fair damsel? I boldly did hail. She smote me with scripture and left me gone pale. Thou seekest a queen? Then thou must be a knight, not just a boy with a verse and a bite. Anyway, it goes on from there, but I hope that was a good example and that those books are gonna fly off the tables.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. That was a great response, great response. Dr. Schultz, this question is really, really good. What is your favorite Lager Dan story?
That would have to be the time he gave me a delightful rendition of Yankee Doodle with his belly button. You were there. Yeah. Oh, and you. Good for you. Good for you. It's very good. That reminds me, Lager Dan and I are actually working on a new addition to the New England Primer. And we're still working on pictures for it. Maybe we can get AI to help us with that. But until then, I'll share a few of my favorites with you. B. Benjamin sought brides after most of them died. D. Dogs ate Jezebel after she fell. J. JL sent Sisera to hell. E. Entrails were spilled after Eglon was killed. W. Jonah's whale had collagen in its tail. P. Israel's sons had no pity on a circumcised city.
I'd say those boys deserve a medal.
Oh, and one of my personal favorites. B. Violence incited by a concubine divided.
All right, great answer to that question. All right, next question is for Colonel Eidsmoe. What advice do you have on dating a woman in the military?
Well, some things are a lot easier with a woman that is in the military. For example, honesty and transparency are simple. She has a gun, and she can say anything she wants. But battles can get really ugly when women are involved.
Very, very true, very true. All right, next question, Dr. Thomas. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming back from your triathlon. You blessed us with your presence. In light of your discussion on genetic mutation, how do you approach the topic of quantity of kids with a potential spouse? Good question.
Well, when my girls were little, they would come to me and say, Daddy, Daddy, how many kids should I have? And I would just tell them, based on the model, give me 6 girls. Come on, work with me. Ladies. Everyone say ladies.
Great question. And actually, we just had one that just was given to us. It's one final question for Dr. Thomas. The question, it's a really great question, this student had is, do you think we will ever have self-reproducing technologies?
Good question. Last night, actually, I did an experiment. I took 2 clothespins, and I put them in my pocket. And this morning, look at the baby clothespin.
Well done. Let's give everyone who performed so well in the talent show, let's give them another round of applause. We're going to sing it's Psalm 39 that we've been working on together. The day is past and gone. Okay, we're going to sing. I'm going to turn it over to Andy. All right.
All right, you ready to sing our camp song for our guest? All right, we got the screen up and Matthew's ready to go. And do we have an A? Good night, have a good dance, and enjoy the pizza.